Hello, beautiful people. So you've clicked this guide, pause off the brew, cause Amaskut's waiting to humble you. You thought Zuck was bad? You thought Nex was mean? This fight's got more phases than a Tabby's routine. She's the Devourer, goddess gone bad, with minions and tricks that'll drive you mad. Soul-reaping shadows and minions galore. Miss one mechanic, you're face down on the floor. But fear not, my friends, don't hiss in defeat. We'll break it down faster than a cat lands on its feet. Dodging tiles, lighting up like a laser pointer show, and your prayer swaps looking like a PVM pro. So set up your Revo, go fill up your yaks. There's no need to worry because I've got your back. Just sit down, relax, grab yourself a snack, and let me go over our plan of attack. Amascut was supposed to be the goddess of rebirth. You know, peace, healing, new beginnings, all that wholesome stuff. But somewhere along the way, she took a hard left into emotional damage, got ghosted by the other gods, and decided, you know what? I'm done. Let's eat the souls instead. Now she's the Devourer. Basically, if Depresso Espresso had claws and a grudge. She's angry. She's unstable. She talks in third person like a drama villain. And she's gathered an army of corrupted minions, puzzles that hate you, and enough sand to ruin your gear presets forever. Think of her as your toxic ex if they also had control over your soul and could summon giant scarabs to delete your whole team. So yeah, you're not just fighting a boss, you're fighting a literal cat goddess on an apocalyptic meltdown. Good luck. Before you run headfirst into Amaskut's lair thinking you're the main character, let's get your loadout sorted. You're going to want a mixture of combat styles for this group boss that's designed for up to 5 players. Here you can see some examples of basic loadouts for each of the styles. So magic, range, necromancy, all are going to pull their weight in this fight, especially necromancy. It's got great damage, great sustain, great AoE potential, and you get to summon skeletons and ghosts to do your bidding. It's like having a bunch of friends who never ask for splits. Now, that said, necromancy has a bit of a disadvantage in the last phase of normal mode because of its attack range. That's where magic and range shine. Melee, on the other hand, I'm gonna be honest, you can bring it, but you probably won't want to. This isn't really a melee-friendly boss. That said, I'm not your mama, so do whatever makes you happy. You just might suffer a little bit. Now for the essentials, you know the usual Ceradomin brews to keep your health bar from cosplaying a roller coaster, some solid food, the edible kind, not your pet yak, Von bombs, overloads, you know, the basics that you bring to every boss fight. And definitely pack a power burst of vitality for that moment. You know the one. Your screen will go red, your team will be screaming, and you'll wonder why you're even there. And finally, as with all my guides, if your gear is better than what you're seeing on the screen right now, you're probably going to be fine. If it's worse, well, good luck. Say hi to Harold for me, we go way back. As far as auras go, you could use anything really. Bring Madra, use Vamp, who cares? You can do this, it's just normal mode after all. I used a Hellhound for my familiar, but you can use whatever you're most comfortable with. Remember, there ain't no shame in the Pack Yak game. Alright guys, buckle up, Amaskut's about to get spicy. She kicks things off with some magic attacks, but don't get too comfy just yet. She's got a little surprise mechanic that'll have you prayer flicking like your life depends on it, because, well, it kinda does. She'll mix in melee, ranged, and magic, so you need to stay on your toes and flick accordingly. But also it's normal mode, so you can survive if you miss your prayer flicks. Now, how do you know what to flick? Easy, just watch the skies. She'll yeet some colorful orbs into the air. Red orb, melee, blue orb, magic, green orb, range, just like pretty much every other boss encounter in RuneScape. Simple, right? Once those orbs are out, brace yourself. You'll get slapped with 2 fast mage hits followed by a cheeky melee strike. Right after that combo, some volatile scarabs come crawling in. Yes, like the annoying ones from Sanctum of Rebirth. But if you're a DPS machine and push her down to 2.8 million HP, they just drop dead. Poof, no cleanup needed. Didn't burn her fast enough? Well, she's got more drama in store. Cue bend your knee. This is her diva moment. She slams her main target with a massive typeless attack. it hurts a lot. Damage is split with anyone standing nearby, so spread out if you have one person dedicated to tanking, or come together if you're all sharing in the chaos. Then comes the grand finale for this phase, a barrage of 3 hits, same combat style that rain down on everyone. Thankfully, there's a tell for which style is coming, so keep your eyes peeled, the room is going to change colors. So there is what I like to call a light tank roll in the normal mode encounter. The tank should, of course, attack first, and because this is a relatable guide, I'm gonna make it easy. Whenever you see the boss use a voice line, use a defensive ability. Tear them apart, grovel, weak, all strength withers. Basically, if the boss insults you, use a defensive. Debilitate or reflect are sufficient, unless you're getting that bend your knee mechanic that I mentioned earlier. What you're gonna wanna do for that is use reflect, and it'll negate all of the damage that you receive. Next up, we've got more chaos with crocs and a whole lot of running. 2 modest crocodiles waddle in like they own the place. And don't let the name fool you, these guys are not modest. They reflect any damage that isn't from basic abilities, so don't go spamming your ultimates unless you want to punch yourself in the face. They also slap a nasty debuff on whoever they're attacking, so delete them fast before things get messy. Now for the meat of this phase, the chain bearers. You'll notice portals on the west and east sides of the arena. Yup, you're going in. Pick a side, dive in, and take out the chain bearers guarding those pesky chains. Here's the twist. There are 3 chains and you need to break all of them within a few seconds of each other. Take too long and they'll hit the magical "just kidding, I'm full HP again" button and undo all of your hard work. So team coordination is kind of important here. Once a chain drops, someone outside the portal has to click on the matching statue immediately to stop the chain from doing a second round of healing shenanigans. But wait, do not fat finger that statue early. If it gets clicked before its matching chain is down, everyone eats 2,500 damage. That's a spicy group hug that nobody asked for. Inside the portal, one lucky player gets to carry the fragment of Tumenkin. Don't know if I said that right, don't really care, it's a boss guide, not a lore video. That spawns after clearing the chains. That shiny chunk needs to be escorted outside to the matching statue. Doing so buys your team a breather by pausing the instant kill timer. Handy, right? Then you rinse and repeat other portals, same deal. Oh, and a few extra spicy notes. The 2 outer pillars will always be the ones taking damage during this part. The fragment carrier, they're running it old school. No movement abilities allowed. Just legs and vibes. So give them space and maybe some encouragement. They've got little legs, you know? Finish this puzzle run cleanly and you'll be on to the next phase. Just don't let the crocs or statues ruin your day on the way there. And a little hint, if you're having a hard time throwing the scarabs in the right spot upstairs in the realm, you can right-click walk here to get closer without losing the scarab that you're holding. Alright guys, welcome back to Phase 1, but with a twist. That's right, Amascut's feeling nostalgic, so in Phase 3, she's bringing back all of her favorite tricks from Phase 1, plus a few new moves to keep things spicy. Expect the same prayer-flicking madness, magic blasts, range attacks, melee hits, and chaos. And as long as your tank is popping defensives, you guys should be a-okay in normal mode. When Amascut hits 1.2 million HP, she decides that she's done playing fair and goes full diva. Immune to damage, center stage, dramatic lighting, that's your cue, Phase 4 is about to kick off. So enjoy this little throwback while it lasts, it's the calm before the storm. This right here is the attack where you have to change your prayer though, so pay attention for that. Screen turned blue, we pray magic, everyone's fine. Otherwise, as I'm sure you've noticed, we are missing almost all of our prayer flicks. My friends are using soul split, they're not even prayer flicking. Just pump damage and have a good time. Normal mode is very chill. Phase 4 kicks off like a wild jungle party, and you're the cleanup crew. Just like phase 2, we've got 2 chain bearers that need to be dealt with, but now there's a brand new mechanic on the menu, damage immunity, because obviously this fight wasn't chaotic enough. As soon as the phase starts, say hello to 2 corrupted gorillas in a flood of scarab spawns. The gorillas, fully immune to damage, they just stand there judging you. And unlike the boom happy bugs from phase 1 and 3, these scarabs don't go kaboom on their own, they're here to be used. I don't know why I said it like that. Anyways, here's how it works. Kill a scarab, it flops over on its back like a sad little turtle. Grab that sucker and yeet it at an immune enemy, which could be a gorilla, the chain bearer, or the chains themselves, to strip away their invincibility. Yes, you are now officially a scarab pitcher. Congratulations, welcome to the bug tossing Olympics. Target-wise, the middle 2 pillars are the ones taking damage this time around, and yep, the fragment of Tumenkin is back. And once again, you need to carry it to the pillar furthest from the portal that it comes from, because running is fun, right? Just like before, no movement abilities while carrying it, so stretch those legs. Here's your game plan in bite-sized steps. Step 1, clear the gorilla after throwing a scarab at it. Step 2, toss a scarab into the portal to get it inside. Step 3, throw that scarab inside of the portal at the chain bearer to break its immunity. Step 4, clear the chain bearer. Step 5, toss scarabs at all 3 chains to prep them. Step 6, smash all chains nice and synchronized. Step 7, outside, one of the players is going to click the matching statue once a chain dies. Don't pre-do it or boom, 2.5k damage to everyone. Step 8, inside the portal, the player is going to click the statue to spawn the fragment and hoof it to the correct pillar. And finally, step 9, repeat the whole chaotic routine in the opposite portal. And after that, you get to the DPS check. It's time for your group to unload on her. Once you drag Amascut down to 600,000 HP, she's going to throw another temper tantrum and it's time for the final phase. I'm gonna speed this up because all we're doing is damage, and you don't need help with that because you're a legend already. Okay guys, we have made it to the grand finale, where teamwork, timing, and sacrificial blocking come together in a glorious mess of light shows and don't get insta-killed moments. So here's the setup. 2 soul obelisks pop up, 1 chilling on each side of the arena, and you'll spot 4 uncharged Tumenkin fragments, each tied to a different statue. Your job? Charge those fragments up while Amascut tries her absolute best to ruin your day. Here's how the weird spiritual power grids work. Stand near one of the statues and it'll tether you with a snazzy gold chain visual. This golden link can be extended to a soul obelisk after it's been defeated, or passed through another player and eventually connected to a Tumenkin fragment. Once linked to a fragment, it starts to slowly charge. Easy, right? But wait. Amascut's not just gonna sit back and let you juice up those fragments. She'll trace a green zigzag beam towards one of the statues and fire a spicy green attack along that path. If it hits your charging fragment, poof, some of the charge is gone. You can block it by literally throwing your body in the way. Yep, stand between Amascut and the statue on that green line to stop the attack, but heads up, you can only block 1 attack at a time. Block 2 in a row, the second one will insta-kill you. That's right, deleted from existence. Once you block 1, you get a debuff and have to sit the next one out. Tag in someone else, you absolute legend. You can clear this debuff by standing in the gold chains, so take turns with your friends standing in the gold, swapping to the green, 1 at a time, until the fragment is charged. Once a fragment is fully charged, it's go time. Right-click it and hit Reform. Amascut throws a fit and moves somewhere in the arena. Now it's your time to shine. She's going to call out the name of a player in the instance, and that chosen one has to stand between her and the fragment that's in the center of the room in order to block her mega hit. You'll know it's your moment when the sky turns yellowish and your whole team is yelling at you. She's going to do this 4 times, hitting from each cardinal direction around the center of the room. A different player has to block each one, and each one gets the full yellow spotlight treatment. Now, something very important that you're gonna want to know is once this reform moment begins, Amascut becomes attackable, so you can squeeze in some damage while doing the tank dance. And that does mean that you can kill her before you do this with all of the statues. Depending on how hard your team is chunking your HP bar, you might only need to do 1 or 2 reforms, but if you're here for the long haul and need to repeat the mechanic, remember, you cannot block again if you've still got an active debuff, so make sure that you're rotating the people tanking the hits, or risk an express ticket to the afterlife. If you do happen to have to use all of the statues, the boss fight will end once they've all been used. And that's it. At this point, we're just repeating the fragment reforming process and doing big booty damage. We ended up only needing 2 reforms on this kill, so some progress was made. And for the record, there is no advantage to doing the boss in a group smaller than 5 because it doesn't scale. So go with the full team unless you want better drop splits. Or go in a group of less than 5 if you have no friends. I'm not judging. I'm sure you're great and lots of people want to play with you. Now that you're a certified Amascut legend, get out there and start beating up that cat. In the game, of course. And you're definitely gonna get a drop and not have to worry about splits, because watching this guide gives you a 57% RNG boost. Thank you so much for watching, friends. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's been a long time since I've made a totally relatable guide, so hopefully it still has the same kind of vibe. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, and share, but most importantly, be kind to one another. See you next time, friends!